Is it coming in? Okay.
Yeah.
What is
We were just trying to
happening
spare
today?
you from the unfortunateness of having to look at our faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is,
Really try to hide that.
it's been a fun day. We thought we were on live. I guess we weren't. This is just, it's a great start to the morning, guys. Welcome, everyone. Good morning. I hope you guys can hear us. Let us know if you can hear us and can see us.
And appreciate Roger for, keeping on top of us. Nice to make sure that we don't get away with failing sometimes.
Okay. Give it a few more moments. Let's see if the team can see us live. And the funny thing is we practiced. We practiced. We thought this would all work. We wouldn't have any technical difficulties, but
and it happens to the best of us. And as now you guys can see at home, apparently the worst as well.
Yeah. By the way, this is Peter. This is his first webinar, so give him a warm welcome. He's fantastic. He usually does demos with clients. He's our account exec and a wonderful human being. Has the best jokes. Absolutely funny.
We're just here to make everyone's day easier, one product at a time.
Yeah.
Everyone's goal is a 3:30 end on a Friday. We'll stretch to 4 if we absolutely have to. And, well, I usually don't get there, but I'm trying to get you guys there.
Okay. I think Katia is entering. Katia is going to be moderating for us. We were having some technical difficulties at the very beginning. So again, thank you for being patient. And we'll give it one more minute. I know you guys have been waiting for a while now, but we'll
promise we'll make
a few more seconds here. Yeah. Peter, you better live up to that promise.
I'll try.
He's definitely the more entertaining one, so I'm happy you're on here because I'm not as funny as you are.
We go for useful sometimes as well.
Oh, I'm useful.
That's right. Apologies. I forget that that's your job.
That is, yeah.
And for those of us who don't know Katia, Katia's on our onboarding team here and, well, does what I can't do and actually gets you set up with your live implementation. My job here is to make sure that it works and it's a good fit for you and, figure out essentially what it is your business does. And, well, Katia does literally everything else.
Obviously not all by myself. I mean, I have Danny and Ileana on onboarding with me, and then we have the support team who is absolutely lovely, and we're all here to help answer all your questions, get you guys up and running in inFlow, and make sure you know how to use the program. That's kind of what today is about. Again, it's going to be a shorter webinar because it's a lightning webinar. But we're going to discuss how to put in products into the system on our 3 platforms. So we'll get started now. I think people are able to see us. So I will go to the next slide. And again, like I said, we're going to be showing you guys how to add products in the mobile app, also known as the inFlow Companion app, the Windows desktop app, and then the web app. Okay, so we'll get started. Actually, before we get started, I forgot about this slide. These are the fields that you would normally see on all 3 platforms when you're adding a product. So you don't actually have to fill in all these fields. The most important ones are item name / code, item type. If you have a barcode, that's essential, but all the other ones are just kind of extras. They'll help you search for your items, be able to distinguish between different products, and collect any kind of other additional information on the product within the product page.
And we've got a couple of more in-detail webinars that go over things like barcoding 101, if you haven't got any of those set up, as well as things that go into the specifics of units of measure and measurements. So if you haven't dove into any of those, I'd take, another chance after the fact. We'll touch on them a little bit, but they need a little bit more exploration.
Yeah, no, for sure. And those webinars are great. You can find them on our webinar page and our YouTube channel. So they're all listed there. This one will be listed right after we finish as well. Okay, so first demo, I'm actually going to share my screen, and it is how to add items on the mobile app. So give me just a second to get this started.
For those of you that haven't had a chance to download it, it's an iOS or Android app. Grab it on your phone, share it with your friends. You can log in, same email address and password, and anywhere you got internet or data, you're good to go.
Yeah, exactly like that. That easy. Okay, so I'm just going to I have a recording here, so I'm just going to click play. I'm going to walk through it. So the first item that I added is my vanilla cashmere candle. We're sticking with a candle theme, at least on my end. So I added
It's
it
that
into the
season.
mobile app. Sorry?
It's that season.
It's that season, exactly. I love candles. So I've added it into the candle category. I've made sure it's a stock product, and I also decided to add in a description. So it's 18 ounces, and I put that in the description field. After that, I decided to take a photo of the candles. So I did that there, and it takes a couple of seconds just to actually put it into or upload it into the mobile app because iPhones are great and they take huge resolution photos, great quality. But so I've added my image. You can also go in and add quantities if you don't want to add it through a purchase order, through a sales order. You can add your price. So would be your sales price. If you have different pricing schemes, you'll see it there. I believe I also added the cost on this one. Yeah, so you can just click in there, add a cost. I did $8. I'm just choosing random costs and prices here. If you have any measurements, you can add those in. I decided to put the weight, so it's 18 ounces and then 510 grams. And if you have any additional remarks that you want to add on the item, you can add that here. And then I just clicked save and exited out. Now, for the second one, I just scanned the barcode of my jasmine musk candle, and this barcode wasn't in the system yet. So when I did that, it allowed me to create a new product, which is the jasmine musk candle. I've added it here. Again, I've selected stock product, and we're going to click create. And from here, I was able to just search it up. So it's now created, and I can add in my details. So again, I believe I took a picture of it. Yep. So I took a picture of the candle. We uploaded it into the mobile app. And as you can see, because I've scanned the barcode, it is already in there. So I don't have to manually go in and enter. You can also always just take a picture of the barcode or scan it in, and it will scan the number. Added the category as the candle category. Description, I just put soy blend. Anything on the label, I just put in the description. For this one, I didn't add any prices or cost. I just left it the way it was, and then I just saved it. And again, now we have those two items in our inventory list. So that is the mobile app. Again, it's very useful to just be able to go in and take pictures, add barcodes, and add any kind of details as you're walking through your warehouse or through your store. It's quite useful.
Yeah, so a lot of what we recommend, especially if you're just starting up with something like inFlow, is to go in and actually download the app on as many phones as possible, get all your warehouse team working together on something like that, and you guys can actually go all around the warehouse and scan all of your barcodes, create everything on the go. And for those of you guys that are on Team Android, I'm with you, and it works just as well, though, well, maybe the photos aren't as good depending on what you're working on. But the advantage of that is everyone can work together and everyone can create the products there. And from that, you guys can get everything set up as fast as possible. Maybe you want to actually do a stock count live. That'd be great to try and get you set up on the right foot. And once you actually go in and do that, then you have the ability to see your products from everywhere and anywhere and actually go in and work with them somewhere else. So I'm actually on my desktop app here. We're working on the same database. And right from the homepage, I can pop over to my product list here. And now I've got access to all of the candles and all the different items that Katia's made. So if I go into here and search for a vanilla cashmere candle, I could pop up and see all the information that she's gone and done. She's actually added in the photo here. I can see the description, and I can actually go in and check this little version history right here, which I think is a really underused feature. And this will actually show me all of the different saves and changes that were made to the specific item. So I can actually see what user was logged in, who was on their phone yesterday, and who actually went and made this and added this item into the program. I can even go back and hit revert, and I can see exactly what it was like when she first saved it before she even added an image and moved from there. I also had a question from, I believe, from Khan, and it's how can you see which vendor you're buying from? And the answer to that is right here on the product vendors tab. So if I pop over to here, I'm going to have a list of all the different vendors in my program that I have the ability to choose from. I might pop in vendor ABC, set up a specific price, and set up a specific vendor product code for this item. And this is something that maybe your vendor uses and your vendor actually goes in and creates, but you don't actually have in your system. So if that's something that you guys want to do and to share on all of your purchase orders, you can do it right there.
So Khan actually specified, so he was asking about the mobile app. How do you see which vendors you buy from on there? So at the moment, there isn't really a way, there's not like a tab like there is on the desktop app to be able to see which vendors you purchase from. You would have to go into the desktop app to be able to see that. But I believe on the purchase order, if you do still create your purchase order with the item, it should use the default vendor that you have set on there. Okay.
So just to cover a couple of other special things, on our extra info tab here, you're going to see a couple of things about the weight, which Katia added there, some of the remarks about the product, and specifically the units of measure, where you can go over the different ways that you would buy and purchase the product. So potentially you're buying in something like a box of 12, or if you want to track by the individual case rather than that. And if I go and update this, now I'm actually going to be buying and selling in cases. You can see that right here. And also in inFlow, you have the ability to add in custom fields and other information that you might not actually see immediately, but is something that you track about your products. And for that, all you'd have to do is hit add custom fields, maybe add in something like color, Canadian spelling, very important. And from here, I would go in and because this specific candle is there, I'd put in something like black. And once I go and do that and save this custom field, now I should be able to go and search by that custom field on something like, well, my current stock page here, and you'd actually be able to see it from all our different devices from anywhere else, like if someone were to maybe go and do it from the web app.
Which is a perfect segue, so smooth. So we will access the web app from app.inflowinventory.com, and you'll be able to see our little homepage here. And I think just by clicking on there, you'll hear the barcode scanner. I can go into my product list, or I can just click into a brand new product. So we'll create a new product, sticking with my candle theme, eucalyptus rain. So we're going to add this item into web app, and I actually have to double check how I spell eucalyptus. So adding eucalyptus rain, it's going to create, and then I'm going to, again, just change the category, switch it to candle. This item does have a barcode. Here, you know what? We can add that in. I don't have my scanner on me other than my mobile phone, but I can show that afterwards if anything. So if we
and
add this
barcodes
in
are
here,
just strings of numbers and characters, so typing them in will work just fine. Creating that association between what the actual 12 digits are and what your item is, that's really the main key thing. If you do that just by typing, it works just the same.
Yeah. And also, if you want to create your own barcodes and you don't want to use the one that might be already on the product, you could totally do that and, change this to candle 0001. And obviously I can't spell candle, so candle 0001. And that can be my barcode. If I have my Dymo integration set up, I can print my barcode from the web app as well. You can do it from the desktop app, and then stick that label onto your product, and so that you could have maybe the vendor's barcode, and then you could have your own barcode as well.
I just saw an interesting question from Cal where they were talking about how you can have multiple different images that you can add from the mobile app, but you're only going to see one on the desktop. And you are exactly right. There is only one one image that you can actually see on the desktop app, but it's more than possible to add multiple and have those display specifically on the showroom. So if you are using our B2B portal, and again, I believe we have a webinar on how to set that up as well. If not, I'm sure it's coming. But it's really useful to have that sort of customer facing for there. And on the mobile app, you might have people sorting through photos if they wanted to see an actual reference, if they were comparing what it might be. The desktop app's just a little bit outdated, and there's still only the one slot there. But for what people should be using mainly in the warehouse and also your wonderful customers, you should be able to add as many photos as you'd like, and we'll make them look good.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself.
And to touch on Khan's point there about adding products to different vendors in the mobile app, you are right. There's not actually a spot right there for vendors on the product itself. But what you can do, and actually a bit of a faster way, is once you're done adding all of your products in, you can pop back over to your vendors on the mobile app. And in the vendor profile, there's a section for actually adding products. So maybe you go into that vendor ABC and you can actually add in 10 at once rather than going in and doing it product by product. So it's a little bit after the fact, maybe not in the perfect order, but it is coming.
Awesome. Thanks for letting us know, Peter.
Mhm.
Back to the web app. Again, similar fields that you would see on our other platforms. You would see your pricing and your cost. If you click into this little advanced section, you can see the markup if you want it based on a markup or the actual sales price. So I will deselect that. You can also add a different pricing scheme. So if I click there, I can add a different currency, and we'll go with Australian dollar. So for all of our friends down under, so we'll add Australian dollar, add save, and yeah, you'll be able to see the currencies there.
Super
Now,
useful
mhm.
workaround as well when you're making pricing schemes. If you're using inFlow for more of an internal tracking system rather than actually doing something that's going to be customer facing for your sales side, set that fixed markup percent to 0. And then as you fluctuate with your costs back and forth, maybe your vendors change prices or your shipping rates fluctuate, your price is just going to move right with it. And you're always going to have that pricing point equal cost. So whether you're showing it on the showroom or you're just putting it on the invoices to whatever sales department you're giving the products to, it's going to make sure that everything's maintained right at a cost level and but you're not charging anyone.
That's a great point. So that would be the pricing and the cost field. And then on the quantity on hand, you'll be able to see how much quantity you have in stock in your different locations. You can click on this little downward facing arrow and then select your sub locations from here. You can also click show more to see your other locations that might be hidden. And then if we keep scrolling down, we have our reorder settings here. So now you can reorder by location. So now you can set up different reorder points for your different locations. I hope you have your settings set up correctly for that. We did have a previous webinar, which you can check out again on our webinar page and on YouTube, going through the reorder settings by location. It is a newer update, so make sure that you check that out. Then we have our standard unit of measure, which is also a different webinar that we've done. Danny did that a couple of weeks ago. It was a lightning webinar where she explains what the units of measure are, how to set them up. And so you can do that in here. And then like Peter had added, we can now see color. So I can add in my color here. So it's kind of like a teal color candle. And I'll just save that there. So now
Cool.
we have this item in here and I can see all my items listed on the left side. If I want to search for different kind of items, filter it by my different fields, we could do that here. So these are the fields that I've selected that I can see at the top. And I, again, can just search up candles. So we'll go into the candles and these are all the candles that we've added. So I think we deleted Jasmine Musk, but yeah, so right now we have the Eucalyptus Rain and the Vanilla Cashmere. And then anything else to add, Peter?
No, I don't think so. That covers, all of our different platforms, how they all connect together. You can see we're adding everything live. It's all connected in real time.
Mm-hmm.
Again, super useful way to get everything set up is get everyone on their phones downloading and adding all of your items at once by scanning those barcodes if you got them. If you're working off something like an Excel sheet or off another program, best way to get everything set up really fast is just shoot us over that sheet and someone on our team here will take a look at how we can import it in. And then by importing, we can at least create your item names and sort of bring in 300 or 400 products at once. And well, you can bring in as many as you want, but it's a really great way to start up quite fast.
Yeah. No, it's a very useful tool, and again, we usually have our phones on us, so it's just another way to be able to access the program and access all your data in there. Since that is pretty much everything that we had planned, if you guys
Just
have
had a
any,
question from
yep.
Marguerite, actually.
Oh,
She
okay.
asked if we can adjust and transfer on the mobile app, and the answer is absolutely you can.
Yes.
So right from the product page, you can actually just make edits to the quantity. You should be able to pop in that field there and make the changes. There's also 2 extra sections there for stock adjustment and stock transfer. You can start scanning using your phone's camera and actually add in all those products that you want to move through, pick the locations you're transferring from or adjusting from, and just tell inFlow whatever quantity you want to move.
Yeah, so I'll just quickly show that here. Again, not the greatest presentation of this, just because I don't have it connected, but we're going to click on to the main menu, and then again, sorry for all the background noises. click on transfer stock, it's going to give us our locations at the top. So we're going to select from, let's say, farm, and then to the warehouse. And then down here, you can either add items, or if you click on this little barcode, you can scan your items in. So by doing that, you'll be able to transfer your items from different locations. And then there's also an add and remove stock tab that will let you add and remove stock from your stock levels.
Any other questions? Anything else you guys want to know? And again, feel free. Our support team is here. Come and reach out to us at any time. So if there's anything more in depth that maybe you wanted to dive into, you can book in a call with us and we can chat from there easily.
I think that's it. I don't think anyone else has any questions. We'll wait another 30 seconds just to see if anyone pops in. Again, it is a pretty straightforward webinar.
But it's important. Your products and setting them up right are going to be the base that you're going to build everything in inFlow from. I think Jim had the question, says who to write to, and you can just send it to the email support@inflowinventory.com, and there's a link on our website as well. So if you just pop onto the website anywhere, I'm sure you'll find a way to chat with us.
And thanks, Con. He said, we are the best.
Aww.
We know. No, I'm kidding, though. But thank you so much, Con. We're happy to be able to show all this to you guys. And if there's anything else that you may need, let us know. If it's not a question, if it's something that you're having troubles with, if you want to set up a call, let us know at the support team email, and we'll make sure to get it handled.
And Christos did have a quick question that I can cover really fast here.
Mm-hmm.
He had a question about setting up raw materials in order to create a product. So if I actually pop over to one of my product pages here, I can look at the vanilla cashmere candle. And maybe I'm a manufacturer of candles, maybe we're actually switching the business and we're not doing any, we're actually building them at this point here. I can pop over to this bill of materials tab I'm hovering over, and I can actually start specifying what some of the items are that go into this. I'm simply going to pick a couple here that, cover some example items that would go into manufacturing this. And once I save this, now this item has a registered bill of materials with inFlow. It's got components that go into it, and I can actually just hit manufacture one to create a work order and build this out from there. What this is going to do, once obviously I tell it to, is subtract the raw materials here and give me one of my finished product in inventory. So it's just an extra step when you're creating your products to specify the recipes that go into making them. And it's going to be a little different on how you set up the reorder settings. And we go over the differences between that in our reorder webinar.
Yeah. And if you guys haven't checked out our other webinars, again, I mentioned this a couple times now, but we do have them on our YouTube channel. If you just search up inFlow Inventory, you'll be able to see our channel there. And then we have a playlist of all our previous webinars. And again, this will be added after we finish recording it.
Cool.
I think that's it. Con said I'm working as a salesman for you guys, telling about your app to our vendor.
Hey, he's coming for my job. What are you doing, Con? But if you guys are interested in partner programs, we're actually opening that up. So again, shoot us an email and we'll be sure to work with you.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Christos, Vera. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Krisha did also add the link to our YouTube channel, so that is there. I hope you guys enjoyed this webinar, and we'll see you, I think, in 2 weeks. I think we have our next webinar.
Cool. Take it easy. And well, nice to meet everyone.
Thanks, guys. See ya.